Swami Niti Namine Namaho. Enlightenment. Very good. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesa Sunyavadi Pasatade Satarine Namaste. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaurabhato Vrinda. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Haribo. Jaya Gauranitai Jaya Gauranitai Gauranitai Jaya Gauranitai. Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada Ki, Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki, Gaur Premanande. Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhatta Vrinda Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhatta Vrinda Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhatta Vrinda Hare Krishna everybody, nice to be here in Mayapur, nice to see all of you. So today we are reading from Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Lila, chapter 13, text 18. Mahaprabhu Sukha Paila Se Seva Diketi Mahaprabhu Ra Kripa Hoila Se Seva Hoite Mahaprabhu Sukha Paila Se Seva Dekite Mahaprabhu Ra Kripa Hoila Se Seva Hoite Mahaprabhu Sukha Paila Se Seva Dekite Mahaprabhu Ra Kripa Hoila Se Seva Hoite Dekite Mahaprabhu Ra Kripa Hoila Se Seva Hoite Mahaprabhu Sukha Paila Se Seva Mahaprabhu Ra Kripa Hoila Se Seva Hoite Mahaprabhu Sukha Paila Se Seva Dekite Mahaprabhu Ra Kripa Hoila Se Seva Dekite Matajis Mahaprabhu Sukha Paila Se Seva Dekite Mahaprabhu Ra Kripa Hoila Se Seva Hoite Mahaprabhu Sukha Paila Se Seva Dekite Mahaprabhu Ra Kripa Hoila Se Seva Dekite Mahaprabhu Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu Sukha Paila felt very happy. Se Seva, that kind of service. Dekite, to see. Mahaprabhu Ra, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Kripa, mercy. Hoila, there was. Se Seva Hoite, because of that service. Translation by Srila Prabhupada. Upon seeing the king engage in such a menial service, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu became very happy. Simply by rendering this service, the king received the mercy of the Lord. Please repeat after me. Upon seeing the king engage in such a menial service, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu became very happy. Simply by rendering this service, the king received the mercy of the Lord. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. Unless one receives the mercy of the Lord, he cannot understand the Supreme Personality of Godhead or engage in devotional service. Utapide dava padabhadraja prasannada gunaisahe vahe jatitvatvam bhagavan mahino nachava ekvapi chiram vichinvan. This is Bhagavad Gita 10:14-29. A devotee who has received even a small fraction of the mercy of the Lord cannot understand Him. Others may engage in theoretical speculation to understand the Lord, but they cannot know anything about Him. Although Maharaj Patraputra was very eager to see Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the Lord refused to see him. But when Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu saw the king engage in menial service for Lord Jagannātha, he became very happy. Thus the king became eligible to receive Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mercy. If a devotee accepts Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as the universal Guru and Lord Jagannātha as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, he is benefited by the combined mercy of Krishna and Guru. That is stated in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in his instruction to Rupa Goswami in Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Lila 19:151. We can sing all together. This one is a famous verse. Brahmande Brahmate Kono Bhagavana Jeev Guru Krishna Prasade Pai Bhati Lata Bij. The seed of devotional service fructified and becomes a transcendental creeper. Finally reach the lotus feet of the Lord in the spiritual sky. This seed is obtained by the mercy of the Lord and the Guru. By the Lord's mercy, one gets the association of bona fide Guru, and by the mercy of the Guru, one gets a chance to render devotional service. Devotional service, the science of Bhakti Yoga, carries one from this material world to the spiritual world. Om Ajnana Timirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshu Lamritam Nena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Namam Vishnupadaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Prachaline Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Patsattade Sattarine Vancha kalpakarubhascha kripasindubhyevacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Shri Gaura Bhatta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. I repeat the translation. Upon seeing the king engage in such menial service, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu became very happy. Simply by rendering this service, the king received the mercy of the Lord. So this is a beautiful, very deep understanding of Bhakti Yoga. In the end, Srila Prabhupada explained how devotional service, the science of Bhakti Yoga, carry one from this material world to the spiritual world. So we are all very fortunate to be in association of the devotees of the Lord. I have one personal experience of this. In 1974, Srila Prabhupada came to Rome. Rome is a beautiful city. I am from Italy. Italy is full of historical places, and Rome is the most concentrated place because that was the center of the Roman Empire. So while you walk in the street, you see the Colosseum and all these things. From when you're a child, you remember of this great empire, which now doesn't exist anymore. Yeah? It was from London, upper Scotland, down to Africa. The old Roman Empire, they had the best of everything, the best of the world. You want to, decrease a little bit the sound. Otherwise there is an echo. And so, many times Srila Prabhupada travel around the world and say, okay, where is the Roman Empire? Where is you know, what's called Napoleon in France. So all these empires, they come and they go. But in 1974, I was very young, I was 18 years old, and I was sitting in one square room. It's called Piazza Navona. It's a place where no car can go. It's maybe 500 meter by 300 meter wide. Beautiful fountain, beautiful place. And we're sitting with my friend. There are the steps of the church. So we're sitting there witnessing all the people, the public. There is some artists doing drawing. You know, so many things happen in this square. And certainly we saw from the small street coming the Sankirtan party. They were singing and dancing and chanting and laughing with the Kartal Mirdanga. And I was saying, what? Who are these? Which planet they come from? You know, they were all shaved head with the sika flying. And they were looking very theatrical and very beautiful and very attractive, you know, very clean with the tilak. Behind them there was some lady. So they sing around the square and they come in front of us and they stop. And one lady come with a basket of prasadam. There was some cake. So they say, would you like to take some cake? And we all say, yes. Do we need to pay anything? No, it's free. So we took it, you know, and we tasted it. And it was so delicious. And I said, can you give me one more? And the lady said, yes, as much as you want. And I ate that one also. And then I say, I am, you know, shameless. I said, can you give me one more? And she said, no problem, take. So I took these 3 pieces of prasadam, and it was a beautiful, wonderful, tasty cake, you know. And I told my friend, and these people again start chanting and dancing, and they went. And I remember telling my friend, who are these people? And they said, we don't know. They say, Hare Krishna. And I said, who are the Hare Krishna? They said, we don't know, but they're all around the town. We see them, they're distributing some books. Sometimes they are in the airport. You know, maybe it's a cult, maybe it's a religion we don't know anything about. We see them, but we don't know. It sounds like maybe they are from Japan, maybe some India, something. So I said, look, whoever they were, wherever they come from, but definitely they're very happy people. They're singing and dancing, and they're distributing free food to everybody. These are the right people. And they say, yes, of course they are. And then I didn't see them anymore. So life goes on. And eventually I end up in India, traveling, because my friends say, oh, you really want to know God, you have to go to India. There is Himalaya, there is so many sadhu, there is so many guru, there is a Ganges river, there's so many temples, so many things. That's the place you should go. I said, okay. So in 1977, after the army service with my friend Fabio, we decided to come to India. But we didn't want to fly because we think it's too much shock of a culture, because India at that time was very much different from what is today. And so we came by road. We took a flight from Rome to Istanbul, which is Turkey. And from there we came by road, slowly. We took 2 months. Going through all these different countries, you know, acclimatizing ourselves to the different culture. Then we came to India. To make a long story short, we become more confused, because you go to Durga temple, and you go to Shiva temple, and you go to Ganesh temple, and you go to Krishna temple, and everywhere they're worshipping with a wig, with the incense, with the chamara, and you ask, who is God? You know, I mean, how to understand? Everybody worship the same. And they all have different philosophy. We met some guru standing on one leg. He doesn't sleep in the night. There is one from the tree, he hang one piece of rope, one piece of stick, he's hanging, sleeping in one leg. Another guy was growing long hair, another guy long nail. But they were all, you know, impersonalist people. And some people worship Shiva, some people worship Durga, and some people smoke Shilum, Bombole, Shivana, Shambhu. So, it's like very confusing, very confusing. Could not understand. But then, when we went to renew our visa in Kathmandu, at that time I was sitting again in one temple in Darbar Square, beautiful city, beautiful people, and I see this devotee in saffron cloth come and approach me and say, "Hey, why don't you buy this magazine, Back to Godhead?" I said, "Brother, I have no money, I'm not interested, I'm confused." And by speaking to him, I can understand he's not a Britisher. So I said, "Where you come from?" He said, "I'm from Italy, from Siena." "Oh, really? You're from..." "So I am from Rome." And then we started speaking Italian. And then, we spent 3 hours speaking, and he started to explain, all my confusion on what is God, this, that. He said, no, brother, I'll explain to you. Who is God? I said, yeah, I really want to know. Who is God? Krishna is God. Krishna? Yeah. Krishna's playing his flute, he's blue, he's always nice, and there's so many pastimes. And in the end of the 3 hours, he told me, "Okay, look, you have no money, but take this magazine, you read it, then you understand something." I said, "Okay, thank you very much." So I start to read it, and it makes sense, because the philosophy makes sense. And then I went and take my passport, and there was one Maharaj there, also Hare Krishna. He said, "Where are you going?" He was also Italian. He said, "Why don't you come with us? We are going to India." He said, "Where are you going?" "We're going Calcutta, Mayapur." "Where is Mayapur?" "I don't know." He said, "Near Calcutta." I said, "Okay." He said, "What you were doing before?" "I was a mechanic." I said, "Yeah, we need a mechanic, because we have 2 Mercedes-Benz vans, so you can help us to repair the van." I said, "No problem, I can change the tire, I can change the filter, I can change the oil, I can fix anything." "Can I fix it?" "Yes, I can." So I said, "Tomorrow, 5 o'clock, come here with your bag, you and your friend, Severo, come together, we'll go." Morning, 5 o'clock, we are there, and they pick us up, and we come in India, and we came to Mayapur. So this is to show that once you take prasadam of the Lord, the seed is planted in your heart. Brahmande Brahmite kono bhagyavan jiva Guru Krishna prasada pai bhattilata bij. The bhattilata seed, bij, is planted in the heart by whom? By the devotees. Yeah? We can go on speculating for millions of lifetime, but we cannot understand who is actually Krishna. Ishvara Parama Krishna Satchitananda Vigraha Anadiradir Govinda Sarvakarana Karanam. Then when we came to Mayapur, there was only 30 people here, and it was 1979. Durgama Prabhu was in charge of the new Bhakta program, so he teaches Sri Upanishad, we were learning sloka, we are doing service, and we start to chant Hare Krishna, you feel great happiness in your heart. And then you think, why am I so happy? And they say, well, by performing service, you become happy. You said, but what? I never felt such a great happiness in my heart. And there was like a puzzle which became together as a clear picture of the universe, of this planet, of the people, of the experience I had in the past. And all came to the conclusion to understand that we are eternal spirit soul, servant of the servant of the servant of Krishna. So what a fantastic experience. Then I started to write a letter to my mother, to my friend. At that time there was no internet. To make a phone call, there was only one phone here in the temple president room, the last room of the long building on the first floor. And if you want to speak, you have to book Swarupganj 3-1. From Swarupganj, the line is transferred to Calcutta, from Calcutta to Delhi, from Delhi to your country. And if you make collect call, means you don't pay, because I had no money. So then you have to wait there for 3, 4, 5, 6 hours. Sometimes you get the phone call, and the person on the other side, this is your mother. Ask her if she wants to pay for it. I say, Ma, I am in India. Can you pay from the phone call? Yeah. Okay. Then the line falls down. Again, start the whole process. Again, wait another 3 hours. This was just a phone call. It was very difficult. But nevertheless, I felt great happiness in my heart. And I felt like this is the happiness I was looking for throughout. I was only 20 years old. I tried so many things. But nothing compared to the happiness of performing devotional service. And we were doing menial service. We were cleaning the long building, the longest building in West Bengal, with a squeegee. Then we qualify after 1 month. We start to clean the pot in the big kitchen, the big kari. One guy hold your leg, otherwise you fall inside the kari. Yeah? You don't want to fall inside the pot, yeah? And it's black, really black. And then we qualify to clean the temple. 3 o'clock in the morning, we run with a squeegee. The temple is full of water. We have so much fun, so much competition. Then we start traveling around India, Sankirtan party for 10 years. Adventure. I love adventure. Krishna said, I am adventuring man. You want to travel? Don't worry, you're in the right place. Keep on traveling and preaching Krishna consciousness. When I go and preach, I told Maharaj, but I don't know anything, I'm a new bhakta. Hey, don't worry, Krishna is in your heart, you will speak. I said, okay. So I go and distribute books, and people ask questions, and I answer everything, and I'm surprised myself. How am I answering? I don't know anything. One Maharaj says, true, Krishna is in your heart. So if you're sincere, you become a via media. Just like electric wire, or just like this wire. We're speaking, the message goes through the wire to the amplifier, and the sound comes in the box, but the wire is not, it's a piece of wire. So we are just an instrument in the hand of the Lord. So, and that was my experience, and that was continuing this experience. Of course, the Lord says in the Bhagavad Gita, Raja Vidya Raja Guyam Pavitram Idamuttamam Pratyaksha Bhagamam Dharmyam Susukam Kartum Avyayam. It says that this knowledge is the king of education, the most secret of all secrets. It is the purest knowledge, and because it gives direct perception of the self by realization, is the perfection of religion. It is everlasting, it is joyfully performed. So, this explains everything. In this 9.2 of the Bhagavad Gita, Srila Prabhupada gives 5 pages of purport. So, the king of education, Prataksha Bhagamam, it gives direct perception of who we are. It's not theoretical, it's not logical. I mean, it is logical, but it's not just speculation, it's not just some book knowledge which you memorize, but give you direct perception that you are part and parcel of the supreme whole, Krishna. And Krishna manifests himself in your heart, and you can feel happiness when you are connected with him. So this is the trick of devotional service. How can we remain always connected with Krishna? You know, after so many years we are performing devotional service, this activity can be similar to materialistic activity. Let's say I'm driving the van for the Sankirtan. Okay, I was driving the bus before. Or you're driving, or you're cooking, or you're typing, or you're doing. But all these activity we the devotee do, they do with full awareness and consciousness. That we are doing this, why am I doing this? Because I'm trying to please Krishna. So, by the mercy of Guru, by the mercy of the devotee, we come to know Krishna. Then by the mercy of Krishna, we come to know Guru, who initiates us in the Guru Parampara. And then we perform devotional service. Now we can perform devotional service in so many ways. We can start from any platform. The Acharya have explained, from the mood of ignorance, from the mood of passion, from the mood of goodness, how old we are, how young you are. It doesn't matter what color of your skin, which country you come from. It doesn't matter. We can all participate in this devotional service to please Krishna anytime. There is no restriction, there is no obstacle. Bhaktivinoda Thakur explained in many of his songs and his book that there is no obstacle in performing devotional service. We know that many Russian devotees in the beginning, they were tortured, you know. Some devotees were put in a mental hospital, given medicine, injection. They forgot everything, their name, their address, their surname, who they were, but they never forgot Krishna. They were always chanting, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram, Ram, Ram. And the people in mental hospital, they were becoming crazy. How is these people? We give so much drug, and this guy should forget everything, but he don't forget Krishna. Because Krishna is in your heart. You can close your eyes, and you can remember the pastime of the Lord. So, Haridas Thakur was beaten in 22 marketplace. He didn't feel any pain. He was always remembering the Lord. Prahlad Maharaj was poisoned, thrown in a room full of snake, put under the elephant feet, thrown from the mountain, put in the kari and making pagoda out of him. But nothing happened. Why? He was always remembering Krishna. So the goal of human life is to always remember Krishna and never forget him. So we should not get into mechanical devotional service. Okay, I'm doing this, let me sweep, let me do this, let me do it. But we should know consciously that we are doing this for the pleasure of Krishna. That awareness, the mindfulness, is very important. In every activity we do, we must always remember Krishna. That devotional service is a link of our heart to Lord Krishna. So in that way, we can always remain Krishna consciousness. And you can very quickly transform any material desire into spiritual desire. We cannot become desireless. Not possible. The soul nature is to desire and to act. Even when we sleep, we are dreaming. The other night I had a very funny dream. I was dreaming that me and my two sons, we were together in a busy street somewhere in India, but my younger son got lost. I couldn't find him anymore, so we were searching for him everywhere. And we are in agony, we're suffering. Then I wake up and I say, thank God, it was only a dream. But then at the same time I was thinking, just imagine Krishna as all this son and daughter lost in this material world. How much suffering he's feeling. Because Krishna feels, why they don't come back to me? I have everything for making you perfect. I have everything which you can enjoy. Just turn your face towards me, and then you can become qualified to come back to me. But no, we are very stubborn. No. Let me enjoy this $1 million. Let me make 10 crores. Let me do this, let me do that. All this material desire in the material world are keeping us engaged in our mind, in our body, in these material modes of material nature. So, the perfection of this human life is to perform devotional service, receive this transcendental knowledge, which is the king of all education. We may be PhD, BBC, ABC, whatever it is. But what's the use? When we're going to die, we cannot remember Krishna. We maybe have so many degrees in our world. We are doctor, engineer, scientist, go to the moon, go to Mars, this, that, whatever. It's all phantasmagoria, it's not real. We're wasting our time. So the devotee, by the mercy of the devotee, we are distributing this mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was very happy. He didn't want to see the king because the king is contaminated by lusty desire, by material possession. But when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu saw the Patrapudra was performing devotional service by sweeping the road, then he received the mercy. And then Patrapudra Maharaj connect with Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So similarly, our position is that we are the servant of the servant of the servant. It doesn't matter what position we have. Maybe guru, GBC, temple president, director, name it. These are all temporary positions to make the organization work. We need an organization, yes, but we should not identify with that because we are just a servant of the servant of the servant of Krishna. So let us be fixed in devotional service. Every day we can improve and we can become the better version of ourselves by chanting, by remembering Krishna, by serving the devotees, all the obstacles. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the Goswami said, something very difficult, if you worship Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, chant Hare Krishna, become very simple. And if you don't worship Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, whatever is very simple, become very difficult. So we should be intelligent enough to realize this transcendental knowledge and apply it to our very life. We are all different. We are all different stage. We are all different position. We appreciate everybody. But how can I become the better version of myself? How can every day wake up in the morning and chant Hare Krishna? There are so many people that are addicted to so many things. My wife this morning was listening to one lecture of one devotee who was speaking about addiction. We should become addicted to chant Hare Krishna. We cannot stop chanting Hare Krishna. Your brothers, my brothers, what are you doing? I'm chanting. You know, you walk in the street, you meet some friends, say, oh, what happened to your hand? Nothing, man. It's my japamala. Oh, I thought you broke your arm. No, don't worry. Everything is okay. So we should be so addicted to perform devotional service with the goal of pleasing Krishna. Then we become very dear to the Lord. Then we become susukam kartum avyayam. We become very, very ecstatic. So with this word, I'd like to stop here. And we have 10 minutes for question answer, or we have more time for receiving some message from you as well. Please don't hesitate, and please, Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ki, Gaur Premanande.
Hare Krishna. Thank you for the good class that you have given us and your realization. I wanted to ask you that you mentioned about you came from Italy, Rome, and then here there were various kinds of experiences that you saw. But then how does that relationship, that bond, that love of Krishna established? If you can tell
Sure.
a little bit in brief also.
We try so much love in the material world. Lust, actually, it's called, not love. In the material world, everybody thinks love. Oh, I love this girl, I love this boy. Especially when you're young, you grew up, your senses, your mind, the school, the boards, publicity in the street. Everybody's driving you, attracting your mind towards so-called love. But real love is actually love for God, for Krishna. So after going through so many experiences, personally, I had so many girlfriends, I had so many friends, so many things I did. I used to race with a motorbike, I used to do a lot of crazy things. But ultimately, when I came in contact with devotional service, I feel that great happiness in my heart, which I was looking for. Because, let's be very simple. In a material platform, even if you love some girl or anybody, or you love the car, You love the bike. At one point I was thinking, I love more my girlfriend or my bike. I like more my bike. Why? I was thinking, this is crazy. But I can mistreat my bike, I can throw it, I can fall down, I pick it up again. She never complained. But, you know, the point is that you cannot have a relationship with a bike. The bike doesn't speak to you. You have a feeling for the bike, you can do so many things. Nice, wonderful. But it's a machine. And with your girlfriend or your boyfriend, yeah, eventually you break down, there is something different, something happened. Try another one, try another one, try another one, but it's not going to work out. Because on the material platform there is this exploitation. You try to get something out of somebody. You want to exploit the beautiful, handsome, whoever it is. And when that doesn't satisfy you, you give the fault to them. Oh, you are not good enough for this and that, whatever. So materially speaking, you can never be satisfied. Whether you are a millionaire, whether you have a Ferrari, helicopter, airplane. Even Hiranyakashipu, he controlled the whole universe, right? You know Hiranyakashipu? He was a great demon. But he couldn't be happy. He couldn't be satisfied. So the only way we can become satisfied is to establish this loving relationship with Krishna. How we do that? By chanting the only name. Krishna is a person. You are a person, and you can have that relationship. And Krishna wants to have that relationship with us in different format. You can be like the mother, you can be like a friend, you can be like neutral, you can be like a lover, you can be like, there are 5 basic different type of relationship. So in that relationship, Mother Jasoda, she feels completely satisfied. Arjuna, who is a fighter, he feels completely satisfied. And all the other great devotees, in whatever position they are, they feel complete bliss and satisfaction. So that's the relationship of love we want to establish. Okay, I don't mean you have to give up your husband, give up your wife, give up your children, it's all Maya. No. They're also devotees. They're also, you're growing your children to be devotees. They're also part of Krishna's family, so you love them. You serve them. You help them to grow. But their relationship with the Supreme Lord is eternal. These other relationships, they're temporary. Somebody asked Prabhupada, maybe I can meet my wife in the spiritual world? Maybe, if Krishna wants. Or your husband, if Krishna wants. There are millions of liberated souls. And once we go there, we'll be completely satisfied. So, the goal of human life is how to develop this loving relationship with Krishna and how to grow our bhakti lata, which will transport us from this material world, which dukkhalayam asasvatam is temporary, is real, but full of suffering and miserable, to the spiritual world, which is anandam buddhivardhanam pradipadam purnamrita swadanam. So, our choice, our desire is very powerful to determine where we want to go and how we can go and when we can go. Even one moment of Krishna consciousness is more powerful than millions of years performing austerity, performing, studying the scriptures and so many things. So we have to focus our mind. This is the path, the acharya they have made for us, guardrail. We cannot go off the road. We just follow Srila Prabhupada, we just follow the system, we just develop our devotional service to the Lord, we'll become very happy in this very lifetime. We don't give you a blank check for the future. No. This, susukam kartum avevyam, right now you become happy. Are you chanting Hare Krishna?
Yes.
Okay, keep on chanting Hare Krishna, don't stop. And please pray to the Lord, my dear Lord, please let me reestablish this broken relationship with you. I am stupid. I thought I can enjoy in the material world, but I cannot. Without you, I am lost. Please, Krishna, show your blessing upon me. When will the day come that I can reunite with you in love and serve you in the spiritual world. That's our prayer. That's how we chant Hare Krishna. Am I correct?
Yes.
Does this answer your question?
Yes. Thank you.
Any further question you have?
No, it's like I thought because in Rome, the high spirituality comes from there, and we know that where is God? These are the questions when we are young. We want to know, where is God? How can I seek God? How can I come closer to God? So when I was young, I had all these queries.
Yes. That means you are intelligent. Atato Brahma Jigyasa. Everybody in his life at one point start to ask himself, who is God? Who am I? What are the stars? What is these people? Where am I going? What am I doing? What is the goal of life? Because we have been brainwashed from the childhood. We're sent to school, university, we get a job, we get married, we have children, we become old, we retire, we die. Then what? What's life about? When I asked my grandfather, who was 8 years old, no, what happened after that? He gave me one slap in my head and said, go and eat chocolate. You are too young. I was 10, 12 years old. He said, you have a bicycle, go and enjoy it. Why are you asking such a question now? I said, I don't know, I want to know. He said, no, this is not the time. Take one ice cream, go enjoy. Still that in your mind, you know, because this remains. Everybody has called, this is called existential question. Why we exist? Why God put me in this position? What am I doing? Where am I going? What's the goal of my life? In the school they don't teach this. There is no university where they're teaching Bhakti Yoga. You can become professor, this, that, PhD, scientist, go to the moon, go explore this, that, but ultimately what's the goal of life? That's important. So only you will get it when you get in association devotee. Never commit any offense against any devotee, appreciate everybody, understand we are all in different level, and associate with somebody who can teach us better, how to become a better devotee. Take association with those who are more advanced, serve them, inquire from them submissively. You know, the Goswami, they wrote Nectar of Instruction, Nectar of Devotion. When we read, he explains about this relationship with devotee. So that's very important.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna. I also asked the priest, you know, I'm from Rome, I asked the priest, this in the Vatican, you ask many priests, okay, who is God? Jesus says, I am the Son of God. So who is his Father? Please tell me. We don't know. You have to have faith. I say, I have faith. But who is the Father of Jesus? And what Jesus preached? Pure love of God. There's nothing wrong with what Jesus teach. But the priests say, do what we say, don't do what we do. Say, what? This is a hypocrite statement. They drink wine, they smoke cigarette, they eat meat. And what kind of priest you are? What's going on inside your head? While you're giving the mass, you're speaking very nicely, but then when you go back to your room, what you do? Watch television, smoke some cigarette, and drink some wine, and eat some chicken? Is that spiritual life? I don't think so. So we have to follow what we preach. Yeah? But they are not on the spiritual level. Some of them, they took some Prabhupada book and they read the Bhagavad Gita and they say, you Hare Krishna people are 1,000 light year more advanced than us because we are stuck into this material world. So some of them, of course, there were some of them like the Franciscan, the Benedictine, they were vegetarian. They were from austerity, they live in a mountain, they had no contact with the public, they were monastic, they were living as ascetic. But now they are no more. Who is a young person who wants to become a monk? No one. Few people. Few people come from all over the world. There is a school in Rome where they teach how to become priest. And once you complete that priesthood and they send you some church, their salary is around 3,000 euro per month. It's a job. It's a job. They send you to Africa, or they send you to China, or they send you to anywhere in the world, and they pay you for giving Sunday sermon, class, whatever. They're not bad people, but are they following the principle of Dharma? I have my doubt. Any other questions there? Yes, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Prabhu, you mentioned that these activities in devotional service, they resemble activities in material world. So, we should be aware that we are doing it for Krishna. Then it is devotional service. So, how do we maintain that awareness, Prabhuji? What we should do to maintain that awareness?
How to maintain that mentality that whatever we are doing. That means every day, Prabhupada said, before you become Krishna conscious, become conscious. That means we have to be introspective ourselves. We don't need anybody to tell us, hey, what's going on in your mind. Nobody can see my mind. Nobody can see your mind. So the idea is that when we perform devotional service, we have to have two things. Bhaktivinoda Thakur explained, sincerity and honesty. We have to be honest with ourselves. Am I doing this to get some money, recognition, some name, fame, glory, some position? Or I'm doing this purely, anya vilatya sunyam, jnana karma navritam. Am I doing this for giving pleasure to the Lord? Without any motivation, without any expectation. That is love. Your mother loved you because you were a child. You were her child. We pass stool in our pants, we pass urine, we make a mess, we throw the food on the floor. The mother loves you because you are his child. She didn't think, oh, when my son grow up, he become a PhD, become a scientist, make 1 crore rupees, he give me some few lakhs. No. Does your mother think like that? No. Mother love. That is the closest thing, Prabhupada explained, that we can understand pure love. Unmotivated, uninterrupted, to completely satisfy the self. And the moment we start to put condition, oh, unless you make me a sannyasi, I will not go to preach. Unless you give me a big van for Sankirtan, new one, I will not go and drive this van because whatever. Unless you give me some money every month, I will not worship the deity. Now we have also all over the world many brahmachari, devotee. Of course, they need to be maintained. I'm not saying no. But ideally, you don't give money to a brahmachari because you corrupt his mind. Am I correct, brahmachari? I was brahmachari for 10 years. When we do the Ratha Yatra in Calcutta, we go after Ratha Yatra, ask the temple president, please give me 5 rupees, I want to drink some lembu soda. No, this is Maya. Got lost. I said, okay, Maya. But it's very hot, you know. Nowadays, we are paying the pujari, whether it is Australia, New Zealand, New York, we are paying the brahmachari 20, 30, 40, 50,000 rupees a month. Why don't we just give them what they need? And when they need to fly back because the visa finished, the temple should give you. But if we start to give money to him, what happens? I start to think, oh, I will accumulate more money, then I'll get married, then I have children, then I get a job. And many people bloop. They go to Australia for 5 years, then they get the permit, then they get a job because, hey, you give me only $200, which is, you know, how much Australian dollar is 50 rupees. So you give me $200, it's only 20,000 rupees. I can get a job and get 50,000 rupees. Start to put wife, then find some nice girl, then get married. See, we start with good intention, but then we get lost. So we have to be very sincere and honest. Am I doing this for Krishna? Sincerely. And believe me, because from brahmachari I didn't have any money. To Grihastha, I was living near the big kitchen. And afterward, Krishna always provided everything to me. We never work for money. We work for pleasing Krishna. That's the secret of success. Every day ask yourself, why? Why am I doing this? What service you do? Huh? Book distribution. So, are you getting a percentage of that? No. So then, you are purely performing devotional service. And you will be empowered to teach people. You read this book, Prabhupada say, and you explain to people what is inside this book. People will be impressed and they will buy the book. So keep yourself always straight. The moment we start to get some money, some taste for material things, then we can get off track. It's like you're driving a very fast car. If you become distracted and looking, oh, beautiful, nice sunset, boom, you crash. You know, when you drive fast, the road becomes very small. And if you become distracted, you can go off. So you have to be very careful. Does this answer your question? You have a question? You said no? You're okay? Okay, I thought you were. So it's 9:05. Any other questions there? You're fully satisfied? Srila Prabhupada ki, Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki, Go Premanande. So please continue your sincerely your devotional service, and your life will be blissful. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Hari Bol. Hey, small boy, come here. The garland is waiting for you. What's your name?